So the hustlers out there who are yet to make it out, this one is for you. This is an ancient anecdote in the canonical library of this guy who was a remarkably prosperous commercial farmer in a certain city. He was so favored by God that he planted in 1 year and harvested 100 eggs. And that caught the attention of the people around him, but in an antagonistic way that they began to envy him. His father before him, who had lived in that land too, before passing on, had dug several wells which this guy now got water from to supply his farms, livestock, and also for his household, including dozens, if not hundreds of employees. And you know what happened? These people who had begun to envy him covered the wells with sand. And you know what that means for a commercial farmer? To help you visualize the severity of the situation, it means that he will watch his multitude of livestock all die of water deficiency. He will watch his acres of plantation wither from dryness, and even worse, he and his family, including his employees, will have no water too. And so this guy, knowing this, knowing the impending problem, moved to another area where his father had dug a well which these enviers had earlier filled up with sand too. And he reopened it. But another set of foes laid claim on the water. In their words, the water is ours. So this peaceful guy left it to them and dug another one. When I say dig, I hope you understand that in those days, it took more than one person days or weeks, depending on the size, depth, and terrain. Therefore, it was a very labor-intensive process. Do you know what happened next? These people also laid claim on this new well, and so he moved farther away from them and dug this one, which at last no one claimed. Now let's back up for a moment. This guy we're talking about is the same person that was highly favored by God, and even his father before him walked with God and obtained lots of promises concerning the worldwide greatness of this guy's generation. Yet, all this was happening to him. What's in the story for you, you might ask? Here it is. Is there something that was done against you that hurt you? Perhaps you were denied your inheritance or oppressed, or maybe you failed at several endeavors numerous times and now you feel like you have enough reason to give up. Well, this story suggests otherwise. Your situation is not likely as bad as the ordeal the guy in this story underwent. Therefore, do you know how many times you still have to try before calling it off? Until you succeed in one way or another. That's how many times you should try. One more lesson you might want to take away from this story is that the fact that God is with you doesn't guarantee your impunity from trials, even if you try as much as possible to lead a decent life. I think God let some things happen partly because if He shields you from all the hurdles and dust-ups of life, you will get bored soon enough and begin to feel empty, since there is nothing to shake you and draw out the dormant abilities in you that will make your life worthwhile. How many wells have you dug in vain? Remember, it's not principally about the wells you dig. It's majorly about you becoming the kind of person that always digs wells. And at some point, it will all come together to make sense. Keep digging.